Shalom, and welcome to Bible Stories as Blueprints of the Soul, your Biblical Hebrew podcast. Shalom, and welcome to our Biblical Hebrew podcast. Today I wish to speak about the circumstances of which David was born. Yishai, David's father, had already 7 sons with his wife. One day he called his wife and told her that he is dismissing her from her duties to him and from his duty to her. After he did that, he called the maid and asked her to make herself beautiful that night, that I could meet. The maid, who was loyal to his wife, came and told her this story. So at night, when everything was dark, Yishai's wife came into his room, and Yishai did not know that his wife was coming into his room, and he unified with her while thinking he's unifying with the maid. From this night, his wife conceived with a child that after 9 months came out as David. David was very different in his appearance from his other 7 bigger brothers, for he was having red hair. Nobody really liked him. So when he grew up, his father Yishai thought it's a better idea if he will become a shepherd and take the herds into the pasture far away from the city of Bethlehem. In this case, nobody will feel that he's part of the family or part of this house because he will be far away in the outskirts. David, who was familiar with the circumstances of his birth, expressed it in one of his psalms. In Psalms 51:7, he says, Hen ba'avon chulalti. It is within a sin that I came to be. Uvechet yichamtani imi. And within a sin, my mother conceived me. David was aware of the fact that his father was thinking of another woman while being with his mother. And yet, the fact that he came in the way that he came did not prevent God to see in him the desired king. Since David was aware of the circumstances of his birth, he calls himself a slave, a servant. In Psalms 36:1, David says the following: Lamenatzeach, to the winner, le'eved Hashem, to the servant of the Lord, to the servant of the name, leDavid, to David. So David is a person with self-awareness. He does not think about himself as a future king. Even he is like far away in the outskirts of Bethlehem. His father was thinking about another woman while being with his mother. And in a way, it's a similar story to what happened 10 generations before. 10 generations before Yishai, Jacob wanted to marry Rachel. This was the agreement, that he shall work for her 7 years and then they could be together. But Laban, Jacob's father-in-law, in the night of the wedding, changes the brides under the veil. And Jacob gets Leah as his wife. At the wedding night, he thinks about Rachel, but actually he's with Leah. From this night came Reuven, his first son, and Leah continues to bear children for Jacob after she was switched at the wedding night under the veil, and her fourth child from Jacob is Yehudah. Later on, Yehudah will inherit Bethlehem. And again, 10 generations after this switch of women under the veil, something similar happens. In the cover of night, or in the cover of darkness, another woman comes to the room of a man. And from this night, David is born. So what the Bible wants to tell us, while the Bible tells us all of these peculiar moments in people's life, what can we learn from this story? Sometimes life do not go the way we planned them. Sometimes life do not follow certain agreements, certain understanding, certain consents. But during the whole course, we can see how they turn to be beautiful and complete in their way, which is far beyond our human understanding. So this was our little conversation for today about the circumstances of which David came into this life. We are wishing you a beautiful day and wonderful week. Thank you for listening to Bible Stories as Blueprints of the Soul. We hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you have any questions, comments, or would like to hear more about a certain topic, just write us an email to hebrew@learnoutlive.com. We are always happy to hear from you. For more episodes, videos, and articles like this, please visit our website at hebrew.learnoutlive.com. We also would like to invite you to join our live classes. Just search for Online College of Biblical Hebrew on Facebook and start learning now with students from all over the world. Koltuv and Shalom.